The Tiger P is a tank so rare not many had known it existed, and if people do know, they don't know much about what might have happened to it during its time of combat, or what led to its final moments on the battlefield. This is what we'll be focusing on in this video, is to see if we can try and piece together the mystery of what happened to the Tiger P, its journey into the front lines, and its participation in one of the largest tank conflicts ever known throughout history. This historical segment on the Tiger P is based upon a list of sources pieced together from my research that may help us understand the mystery of what might have happened to this interesting and unique tank. These sources are listed in the video's description below. To understand why not many had known about its existence, it's because only a small amount had actually been built. According to tankencyclopedia.com, the reason for this was due to the Tiger P failing to gain favor in Hitler's eyes when it was in testing against Henschel's Tiger I around October 1942. It was rejected mainly because it wasn't as mobile and it was prone to mechanical failures. Dr. Porsche's design of the Tiger P did not go into mass production. This led to 90 Tiger P hulls that had already been built to be turned into Ferdinands. The only 10 Tiger Ps in existence were to be used in training grounds, and only one with the number of 150013 was requested by the 653rd Heavy Panzerjäger Battalion and assigned to Commander Hauptmann Grillenberg and his crew in April 1944 to move to the Eastern Front, according to MikesResearch.com. It was given its number 003, which can be seen in this photo on the side of the turret. The Tiger P was used as a command vehicle as part of the 653rd. A command vehicle was typically designed to provide a tank unit commander with mobility and communications on the battlefield, according to Wikipedia. The Tiger P made its way to the Eastern Front by rail, and according to this photograph, it had stopped in Limburg. During its time here, MikesResearch.com states that, before becoming operational, the maintenance company made some modifications. An armored plate was welded in the front of the round opening for the MG on the front glace, and the deflector was welded over the top of the driver's vision port. This diagram, also found on MikesResearch.com, shows the Tiger P's combat organization it was a part of. It can be seen in the upper left-hand corner of this image with its assigned designated 003 number. Notice the Panther with the Panzer IV turret also next to it as it is in this photo while on the railway to the Eastern Front. At this point, the trail around the specifics of the Tiger P start to become vague and unknown. However, to help us understand more into the Tiger P's potential combat engagements or whereabouts, we take a look at the record of the 653 Heavy Panzerjäger Battalion, in which the Tiger P was assigned to. According to Wikipedia, it states the 653rd Heavy Panzerjäger Battalion was a tank destroyer unit of the Wehrmacht, equipped with Ferdinand and later Jagdtiger tank destroyers. Elements of the battalion served on the Eastern, Western, and Italian fronts between 1943 and 1945. The battalion was made up of 3 companies. The first company was sent to south to Italy, where it fought at the Battle of Anzio in February 1944. However, the Tiger P wasn't with the battalion until at least April 1944. It is my speculation that it could have been one of the 10 training Tiger P's tanks used about 2 years until it was actually assigned to the 653rd on the Eastern Front during its recorded timeline, but its whereabouts from October 1942 to April 1944 is uncertain. Once assigned, it was either with the 2nd or 3rd Company of the 653rd, as the 1st Company was still split away during this time. From April to July of 1944, Mark Felton states in a video he did on the Tiger P that it was believed to have had a record of destroying 50 Red Army tanks during its time. However, I could not find any record of this to back up his claim. Tankencyclopedia.com helps us understand what might have happened to the Tiger P and its whereabouts. It states, in mid-July 1944, the Soviets launched a huge offensive against the German North Ukraine Army. The Germans responded by sending the 653rd Battalion to this area. The elephants were attached to the Eingriffetruppe in Northern Ukraine, in essence, a ready deployment service force. This mixed unit managed to achieve success against the enemy armor. However, the Soviets managed to break through other points of the German defense line. The deployment force and the elephants were forced to retreat to Landshut. On 20th July, the Soviets were trying to stop this retreat, but were constantly kept at bay. With the loss of the number of elephants in the process, these were mostly blown up by their crews, as their engines would often break down due to overheating. The 653rd Battalion would see extensive action up to 27th July, when it managed to complete its retreat thanks to its tenacious defense and the swift of the Soviets' direction of attack. Heavy fighting during July cost the 653rd Battalion some 19 to 22 vehicles, plus 2 recovery Berger Tiger P, the Commander Tiger P, and some 4 ammunition supply trucks. While only a few were actually lost in combat, the majority had to be blown up by their crews due to the lack of fuel and breakdowns. The loss of crewmen was surprisingly low, with 19 wounded and only 5 dead. Given this information, it is probable that the only Tiger P to have seen combat had met its fate during mid-July, when most likely falling into this category of lack of fuel or breaking down, which may have caused its own crew to destroy it. By August, the 2nd and 3rd companies of the 653rd were reduced to 12 vehicles between them. These were withdrawn to refit in Krakow, where they were combined into the 2nd Company. It remained on the Eastern Front as part of the 17th Army, and was redesignated the 614th Heavy Panzerjäger Company. It would see out the rest of the war fighting the Soviet Army, with 2 elephants surviving until the Battle of Berlin in May 1945. Hope you enjoyed this historical segment of learning what might have happened to one of the rarest Tiger tanks of World War II. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe. Links below to where I found my research to create this segment can be found. Hope to all see you next time.